Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Money stories?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Well, they didn't hear it.
That's what it was.
Okay, but they didn't hear it.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? Re-say the whole thing? No.
Yeah.
You weren't even participating. You were just
Yes,
like,
I was.
whatever.
Well, it's because I was waiting for you to finish. I didn't want to interrupt you. So tell them the story. They want to hear the story.
They do want to hear it?
Yes.
Again?
Yes. Again, they didn't hear it the first time.
Okay, basically I was saying, we were talking about money, and I was joking Chris because Chris doesn't like to deal with the money in any way, shape, or form. He just kind of pushes that responsibility. He's really good in making the money and you know, and the vision of it, but the practicality side of it, he's just kind of like, you can do it, you can handle it, I know you're good at that, you take care of it. And for me, that feels like huge responsibility on my shoulders. I feel like we need to both talk about that, and I like us both to know all aspects of it, because I feel like I don't want to be the only one making decisions about our life. And something really tiny, as in pennies, came up when we first started dating each other. And I just thought, so the story came up because we were talking about credit and money. And the story goes, when I was little, I was sweeping up, and I swept pennies into a dustpan, and my father came in and totally freaked out. He was just like, how dare you throw away money? Those pennies add up to dollars, and dollars to thousands, etc. And he really made me think about my perception of money. And when I met Chris, Chris was throwing away pennies. He just can't stand pennies. And I just remember being with him just literally going through his coin and just taking a big wad and throwing it away. And Chris's dad is an accountant. Joe Pirillo is an accountant. Actually was a controller for a large company for many, many years. And so I just thought it was totally ironic that this accountant's kid was throwing money away, literally, right? And so I went off on Chris, and I'm like, I'm going to tell your dad, and wait, see what Joe says. And Chris is laughing. Chris is like, my dad would be like, whatever, throw them away. And so I called Joe, and I'm all like, do you know that Chris threw away pennies?
Pennies. They're getting mad. They're saying throwing money away. It was pennies.
But pennies is money.
Right.
Money's
okay,
money's
fine,
money.
Right.
Right. It all adds up. If you just wonder, don't you ever wonder like how many pennies you threw away and how many dollars that would equal?
No. Well, remember when we just took in the change to the Coinstar?
I was gonna say,
right?
There you go. So we started keeping change, and we took it in, and Chris took it into Coinstar, and it came out to like how much money?
$200, $300.
Dude, like $300 in coins.
Not in pennies though. I mean, there's a lot of quarters.
There were other coins.
The pennies,
but
I think, ended up like $4 or something like that.
No, you threw hundreds of dollars.
I have not thrown hundreds of dollars
in
into pennies in my life. I can guarantee I've not thrown hundreds of dollars away in pennies.
Obviously, he still hasn't learned the lesson because he could care less.
No, it's pennies. I hate pennies.
Equal dollars, equal thousands, equal millions.
That's not a money lesson.
It is a money lesson to a child. Think about that. If you throw money away in front of a little kid, then that little kid's going to mimic what you do, not what you say. And then over his lifetime, how many pennies does he throw away that equal dollars, that equal thousands?
You're not going to throw thousands of dollars away with pennies. It's just impossible. You know how many pennies a thousand is? Hang on. You'll figure it out sooner than I will, because I'm horrible at math. How many pennies is in $1,000? See, 100 pennies in a dollar. 100, so it's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. You have to almost throw away, what, a million pennies for $1,000? How much is it?
Look what Lynn said. You have no clue of what I could do at the garage sale with $4. That's great. I agree,
wait, hang on, I'm really bad at math. Wait, someone help me here. Is it a million pennies for $1,000? Was that right? Wow, holy cow, I can't believe I got that right. Calc.exe. Thank you, Lord Cat. So you'd literally have to throw away a million pennies.
$500.
Babe, you'd have to throw away a million pennies in order to save up $1,000. No way. There's no way. It's impossible.
Hon.
I haven't even touched a million coins in my life. It's just impossible. The law of averages dictates that there's no way I could possibly do that.
But look at the underlying lesson that you'll be teaching through your actions. And the lesson will be it's okay to throw away money.
But the only financial lesson that my parents ever taught me was about gambling, and even that backfired.
Oh, that's a great story. Tell them the gambling one.
So we were on vacation, and there was a dog track, and this is around the time that there was a whole debate in the city where I grew up in Altoona, Iowa, where there was a horse track that they were debating on whether it should come in or not. And so this whole issue of gambling came up, and we went on vacation, and my dad was checking out this dog track because he was looking at it financially at the town, how it was impacting, because he was on city council at the time, and he voted against the racetrack in Altoona. So we went to the dog track. I said, okay, you all have. I think mom and dad gave each of us. I have two younger brothers. Gave each of us like $10 each to bet like that whole night, and like we were betting, and we kept winning. Like, and the whole lesson was that you could lose your money by gambling, and the problem was that we weren't losing, we were winning. I think at the end of the night, I think we ended up, probably losing everything. But it was, for a while there, we were like, we just kept we were betting on dogs because of their names. Like, I remember one was called R.M. Cujo, and I have no idea. That's Cujo. That's the only name I can remember from the thing. So, yeah, that's funny.
So those are a couple of our money stories.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was the topic? Oh, the topic was memories? Or what was it?
Oh, they changed it to memories.
Yeah.
We're talking about money.
Yeah, money memories, money stories, I guess.
I'll say right now I'm working with Microsoft Money, and we got that instead of, what were the other options?
Quicken.
The other options were Quicken, Peachtree, and of course regular Excel spreadsheets.
QuickBooks.
And QuickBooks, which is what everyone said we should use.
QuickBarf.
And we got Microsoft Money because they integrate personal with small business, which is kind of us to a T. We found that QuickBooks just did not work for us at all.
We're not accountants.
You're not accountants.
It's one of the most user-unfriendly programs on the planet.
Especially if you have a website and you work with splits and percentages and things like that. It was just didn't work for us at all. And
well, the logic was set up for accountants. It wasn't set up for people.
True.
And I'm not saying accountants aren't people, but accountants think differently about numbers than you and me.
Debits and credits, exactly. Yeah. It's almost in an opposite way of thinking.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's just not set up for affiliates and vendors and things. I mean, it's only vendors.
Insurgent's asking, what about MS Small Business Accounting? That's the one software that I got. I told you to download. It's free. I
haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, you have. You used it. You used it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Well, I must have didn't take to it like I did the other.
All right, must not have.
I like the Microsoft Money.
Well, money is
basically,
more visual.
I like it. Exactly. It's physical. It's physical.
Fiscal.
It's a fiscal way to look at your money visually.
Okay, right.
Okay.
A visual, not you. I know what you're saying. You're saying
yes.
Like you can see it represented in somewhat of a physical
and
fashion.
As much as you hate to see that, it's kind of good to see the pie graph and see how much money you're spending in certain areas of your life.
Every day.
Yes, this is scary. If we told you how much of our money goes to this coffee, you would die.
Oh, come on. Okay, how much time would you spend out of your life contending
to pennies?
To pennies.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
How much time would I spend on pennies?
I think contending, talking, whining, complaining about pennies. Dignation did some
I don't know.
Did some beer money calculations a few episodes ago. Yes, but this isn't about beer. This is about money. And money and beer do not go well. I suppose they do go hand in hand in some people's cases. I don't know. Has anyone got any other interesting money stories, lessons learned in their childhood?